Mr. Mason, can you repeat your name?
William Dale Charles Mason.
Okay. All right, then the court will call case number 250-5968-304, the people of the state of Michigan versus Jamar Rashard Brown. Court will also call case number 250-596-8305, people of the state of Michigan versus, is it Jordan Dale Charles Mason? Okay. All right, then appearances, please.
Mr. Paul appearing on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, the Del Rico hearing on both Mr. Brown and Mr. Mason. Judge, both my clients have been advised of their constitutional rights. They both waive the formal reading the complaint. Both and you can be charged with custody not guilty plea against on their behalf.
All right, then the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Brown and Mr. Mason. Ms. Coyle, you want to do them separately, or how do you want to handle these bonds?
I can make one argument and discuss their criminal history separately, but yes, I'm going to be
Okay.
asking for the same bond as to these defendants. I'm asking for a $750,000 cash surety bond. They're able to make that bond to have their house arrest, no contact with the complainant. The complainant in this matter is a 16-year-old minor, young female. As the court has read through, this is a very in-depth IR in which there are several allegations against individual defendants 1 through 6. Now, they're all charged with the extortion and the unlawful imprisonment. Mr. Mason here, I'll start with Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown first, he's on probation right now for felon in possession. He has also a 2023 felony firearm. I do note 2 separate convictions for 2016 for CCW cases and a delivery case, and a 2023 resisting and obstructing. For Mr. Mason, he's also on probation, it appears, for a 2024 felonious assault, and he currently was sentenced in January of this year for a domestic violence. So both have guns and assaults in their backgrounds. This case began with the allegation of monies being stolen, that the defendant believed that the complainant stole some money. She was, and this is more toward the beginning as to the females. The 16-year-old is abducted at gunpoint at the McDonald's. She is taken to a location, and I don't recall what street offhand, but she's taken, she's dragged from the car to the front door. One of the ladies had a rifle. They had her taken by the young girl by her shirt. They bring her up to the door. They're looking for a woman's name, Kamaya. The witness there says she's no longer lives there. I put her out. And one of the defendants has stated that we need Kamaya and our $20,000. The witness saw these defendants assault the complainant before putting her back in the car. There's also video footage of that was given later to the police. The police also, to get to the point where they're at as well, they track the vehicles that are used in this, and they locate the cars, in which has Ms. Watson as the driver and 2 male passengers. Ms. Watson's arrested with a Glock on her. They go to a location in which on Apple where all the defendants allegedly assault the complainant. She was repeatedly beaten with guns, and she says that Mr. Brown assaulted her with a pole, causing her braces in her mouth to break. She blacked out. Officers are outside. They declared a barricaded gunman situation. At some point, women, they tell the complainant to not say anything or they would kill her mother and her sister. They made her wipe blood off of herself. When the police eventually go in, they find a jacket covered in blood. The complainant was taken to the hospital with injuries. They execute a search warrant at the location. There's firearms and ammunition that's recovered. At this point, Your Honor, this is not only this is an aiding and abetting, all 6 of them, each other, in the abductions and assault of this young girl, over the allegations that she may have stole some money. Based on this, not only have they shown to be, by the allegations, a danger to the complainant in this matter, and I won't mention her name because she is a minor, but also to the community, and they do have assaultive backgrounds, and for these reasons, Your Honor, the people are asking for that $750,000 cash surety with a tether house arrest, if able to make that, with all the other conditions of no weapons, no contact, and so forth. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Cole. Mr. Rico?
Your Honor, on behalf of both Mr. Brown and Mr. Mason, I'm gonna make an argument, at least separately as individual factors to consider. Judge, I'll begin with Mr. Mason.
Mason, okay.
Judge, Mr. Mason, has lived in Michigan for most of his life. He is a self-employed mechanic. He does reside in the city of Detroit. He's provided us good addresses. Judge, he takes care of his mother too. That's a very important part of his life, is that he is his mother's caretaker. Judge, with Mr. Mason, to be frank, I've read the report multiple times over. I don't even know why Mr. Mason is involved in this matter. Other than the statement of, then all the defendants started beating me. What does all the defendants mean on this matter? Mr. Mason is in a car and gets pulled over, but he's not on the home when the home is raided. He's not one of the people that comes outside. He's not one of the people specifically named as an assailant. I don't even understand why Mr. Mason is involved in this, other than maybe the prosecution wanting to charge everything and see what sticks after exam. So I really don't understand why. I am asking on Mr. Mason's behalf for a personal bond with the tether judge, and these are very serious allegations, but I don't think Mr. Mason did anything, and I keep reading the report and I can't find, and I'm sure the people will point it out to me if I'm missing it, and I may be missing it, but if anything were taken to be true in this report, maybe he's alleged to have been at the wrong place at the wrong time, maybe a felony assault, but extortion, unlawful imprisonment, assault with intent to do great bodily harm. I don't see it on Mr. Mason's behalf in this report. And also, Judge, again, he's 26 years old. He takes care of his mother. He's a primary caretaker. On behalf of Mr. Brown, lifelong resident of this state, my client just got out of prison 45 days ago, Judge. So he's not working, he's looking for work. Again, my client on this matter doesn't really seem involved in the entire matter up until we see one statement, one sentence in the entire incident report that says, complainant states Mr. Brown hit her with a pole. Okay, that's the only thing we see there. So again, at worst, it's taken to be true, felonious assault, but again, he's being charged with extortion, unlawful imprisonment, assault with intent to great bodily harm. Again, it's another tactic. It's throwing mud at the wall, seeing what sticks. I think when we get to the female side and we begin to arraign the other co-defendants on this matter, of course, some of the people's argument may have a better merit, but on these gentlemen, Judge, I don't think that these charges are going to survive. I don't think the likelihood of conviction is strong. My client's 30 years old. He lives with his girlfriend. He has one stepchild. He's provided us a good address, a good number. Judge, I think both of these clients are deserving, despite the allegations, despite the charges, which are not consistent at all with the report. And I hope I'm not the only one that's seeing that here today. I think that they are deserving of a non-monetary bond with monitoring, Judge. And I mean, monitor them to the extent that you deem necessary based on these facts. But that's what I'd be asking for today. In lieu of that, Judge, if you aren't willing to, I'd be asking you for an amount much more reasonable than the amount proposed by the people. Any amount is going to operate as a pretrial detention amount to my client.
All right, then, thank you. I do have a question, Ms. Coyle. Can you flush out a little more as it relates to Mr. Mason? I know the whole theory is aiding and abetting, but
well, I guess my point is to go through this whole thing again. But I do see in the IR that it's saying she stated they made her go to the basement where she was assaulted by all defendants listed at this time. The complainant stated she was repeatedly beaten with guns and also beaten with a pole by defendant number 4, Jamar Brown. The complainant said she was beaten by all of them for an amount of time. She stated she blacked out when the defendants noticed police outside. They advised her she better go along with everything, say nothing is wrong, or they would kill LaShondra or Melanie. They complained say that they also made her wipe all the blood off her body with her jacket in an attempt to look like nothing is wrong. And they located that jacket in the basement. So I think this is an IR. It does not go through each and every strike by each defendant. But I think that in that whole little synopsis in that paragraph I just saw quickly, that she said she was assaulted by all defendants. And she said that she was beaten with, repeatedly also beaten with a pole. And then she says, she's beaten by all of them for an amount of time. So I believe that that would include that Mr. Mason in that as well.
Your Honor, just very briefly. in regards
Briefly,
To all defendants, Mr. Fernando Harris was considered a defendant at one point in time when this consent report was made as well, and it's crossed off, states denied. So I don't know how much weight we're gonna give to the statement all defendants, Judge.
okay, but it was granted as it relates to Mr. Mason, although Mr. Mason is not specifically identified as is Mr. Brown in terms of the allegations of using a pole to strike the complaining witness. So yet the allegations themselves are extremely troubling. At some point in time, I'm sure it will be flushed out as to what each defendant's role may or may not have been. But as it stands today, the court has the task of setting out bond. Of course, that will ensure that they'll return to court, as well as protecting the community, specifically the minor in this matter, whose name I will not put on the record, not even the last name. So with respect to Mr. Mason, the court will set $100,000 cash surety bond. And Mr. Mason, Mr. Rico, is Mr. Mason working?
It's a self-employed mechanic.
Okay. Mr. Mason, sir, the court will sign all these defendants to be on tether. And he'll have a curfew. He posts his bond of 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And then as it relates to Mr. Brown, there is a specific mention of the alleged assault, even though you kind of clump, it's hard when you clump together when they say all defendants, but Mr. Brown his name is mentioned specifically by the complaining witness. Mr. Brown's bond will be set at 150,000 cash surety. If Mr. Brown posts bond, he will be on GPS tether with the 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes, are you asking a question about your bond conditions or about your next court date? I don't want you to talk about the facts of the case because I'm not trying the case today. The court is only setting the bond, and any defenses, sir, that or issues that you need to have raised, they can be raised at a different court date, okay?
And Mr. Brown, Mr. Mason, you should be aware, you're gonna go to the county. Don't talk on those phones about your case. It's being monitored. Don't talk to anybody about your case.
Oh,
We're gonna have
Right, so let me give the court dates. Hold on. We have no weapons as a condition with both Mr. Brown and Mr. Mason, if I didn't say it. And then no contact. And the court dates, let's see. September the 10th is the probable cause, and the preliminary exam is September the 16th. Both of those matters will be before Judge Jefferson in the 36th District Court.
Thank you, Judge. And we have September.
File redetermination hearing will be on Tuesday. Redetermination hearing, Tuesday, September the 2nd at 9 a.m. before Judge McConigal or Judge Williams. All right, that concludes this matter.
next court date, when?
September the 10th is the probable cause, and September the 16th is your preliminary exam. So you'll get some paperwork at the jail. And then you have a court date on Tuesday for bond review.
Okay, so